Snoop Dogg finally has something to say about the Super Bowl, folks.
It's this big thing that's going on right now that everyone thinks that whenever the Super Bowl takes place, that artist that's there is supposed to.
No, what we need to think about is that before Jay-Z got control of the Super Bowl, wasn't no performing. So let's go back to the essence of the beginning of he's creating a wave of artists to have an opportunity to perform. If you're a good artist and you're a great artist, your time can come. Like, I was never crying about it or mad about it. When Dr. Dre called me and asked me to get his back, I was there for him. But I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there. I was, in demand to be there. This is a big event. People looking at everything when they pick the person to perform. You should just be honored that, hip hop is being able to be seen on that platform for all of us and not hate on the next one.
So Snoop has chimed in.
Yep. And he said people should be, grateful that hip hop is being considered. He made the point to say that, since niggas, his words, not mine, niggas weren't being selected or asked to perform before Jay-Z came along. I did see people responding to that saying, well, Beyonce did it before, and I forget who the second person was, and somebody had to remind them that, well, sure, Beyonce did it, and so, I don't know why I can't remember right now who the other person was, but, and Michael Jackson, but that's not hip-hop. It's not. These are actual hip-hop acts that have been asked to do the Super Bowl. I think Snoop is right. I think that Snoop is absolutely right. We have come a long way. And there's a sense of entitlement in the air. We don't have to go back there. There is a sense of entitlement in there. And sometimes it is the humility that we exhibit that gets us what we want. Because Snoop doesn't walk around. I'm going to use him as an example since we're talking about him. He's not really the person who walks around saying that he deserves things and he should have gotten something. And hear me good. If there's anybody getting everything, it's Snoop. Even he, at this point, has performed at the Super Bowl. And he made it very clear, like, he wasn't the headliner or anything like that, but he was asked by Dr. Dre to join, and he said, of course I'm going to join. Like, that's a no-brainer. And sometimes, and I don't like it when, I just want to be clear, like, as a Black woman, I do not like it when other people come into our spaces and tell us to sit down and shut up, or come to us and tell us that we don't, forget whether it's our spaces or not, tell us that we don't deserve something, or we shouldn't be in certain rooms, or we shouldn't be on certain stages. I hate that. I am not about that at all. However, with something like this, I think he's onto something in the sense that we've finally gotten over the hump where they're actually asking hip hop acts to perform at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And so many in the last couple of years have. Between whatever medley was done, but the whole landscape of the Super Bowl halftime show has changed.
Yeah.
And I think we have to see the wins in how things have changed. It doesn't mean we don't have a long way to go. It doesn't mean that, certain people shouldn't be recognized. But I don't want to talk about him, and that's why I'm not saying his name and I'm not bringing him up. But this sense of entitlement, the sense that, I should be there, or, they skipped over me or whatever. They skipped over a lot of motherfuckers. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying I agree, but a lot of people been skipped over for the Super Bowl halftime show, if you ask me. Not very many people can say that they performed at the Super Bowl. That's why it's such a big deal. That's why it's such an elite thing to do. And quite frankly, I'm tired I'm tired of talking about who didn't get what they should have gotten when that's not really what this is.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I'm glad he put the whole city you're from thing to bed.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, a lot of us have said it with smaller platforms or tiny platforms or whispering voices. But now a legend, an icon has said it. And on top of that, if you read between the lines, he's saying, stop crying, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, and wait your turn. And I'm glad he said that.
Hmm. Me too.
So that's it for me. I don't really have much more to say. I agree with you. I'm glad Snoop did this. And I'm glad Nori asked him because that clip, as y'all can probably tell, is from a live Drink Champs uh episode. So, shout out to Nori for asking that question. And shout out to Snoop for answering it. Not only did he put him to bed, but he tucked him in real nice. Just make sure, just get the covers in here, get the
Mhm.
flap, and you sit under here so you're nice and no air seeps out.
No air
We
seeps
want
out.
you to be nice and snug, just uh,
Snugglebug. Yep.
snug bug, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to Snoop. He's the man, and this is why Snoop is so revered because he could have said a lot of shit. They just like, hey man, if you're great, your time's gonna come. But let's just chill out because we weren't allowed there.
Right.
So I think Snoop said it all. And what he didn't say, you said. So I got nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?